Former San Diego Mayor Bob Filner has passed away at the age of 82. Filner had one of the most interesting political careers in San Diego history.
But after more than a dozen women accused him of sexual harassment, he resigned in disgrace after only 9 months as mayor. KUSI's Dan Plant covered Bob Filner over the years. He joins us now with that story. Good evening, Dan.
Yeah, good evening to you. We understand he actually passed away last Sunday on April 20th up in Los Angeles, a place called Costa Mesa. We also understand he was living in an assisted living care center. He had some kind of illness over the past several years. But Bob Filner is no longer with us, although most people remember the legacy, of course, of Bob Filner. I got a chance to catch up with a political consultant who worked with Filner over, several decades here in San Diego. And here's what John Dadian had to say now that Filner is gone. Even though he passed away more than a week ago, the news of Bob Filner's death is just now trickling down to the public. When the former mayor left San Diego in disgrace a decade ago, he disappeared from public life, staying in touch with only a handful of people who did not abandon him.
Took me a little bit by surprise, but to be honest with you, he did some great things in several elective offices, and then, of course, he had some pretty big foibles that he fell from grace. So then I saw that he was 82. Well, he had a full life. He had a full life. As I said, did some great things, but also had quite a few, mistakes.
Over the 40 years of Bob Filner's journey into politics, he and political consultant John Dadian had a close professional relationship. While Filner's personal style was harsh and antagonistic, he often used that energy to become a powerhouse for civil rights and veterans affairs while in Congress.
Especially being a San Diego congressman, has the largest veterans population in the country, etc. That seemed like a natural, but again, he was in Congress for over 2 decades. He rose through the ranks like you do, and he became chairman of Veterans Affairs. And let me tell you, when he was chairman, boy, did he look out for San Diego. He made sure San Diego got everything it needed when it came to, he loved his veterans.
Starting his political career as a San Diego school board member, Filner climbed the political ladder and fast. First as a city council member, then elected to Congress for almost 20 years. It was after that he decided to return to local politics, winning the San Diego mayor's race against Republican Carl DeMaio.
He wanted to be on the school board locally, make an impact, and he did. And he did. So what's better than school board? Ran for city council, 8th largest city in the country. He wanted to make an impact, and he did. Then he wanted to be in Congress over 2 decades, and he did. So absolutely, he followed all his passions is the best way I can explain it.
But as we all know, that passion took a turn, and his time as San Diego mayor did not end well. After more than a dozen women accused him of sexual harassment, he eventually pled guilty in state court to false imprisonment and battery. His once boisterous career had come to a crashing halt, with even his own chief of staff filing sexual harassment complaints against him. Bob Filner resigned in shame after only 9 months in the mayor's office.
Like all of us, I use the joke, you've got a devil and an angel. And which one wins determines, the type of things you do. And unfortunately, he has a lot of big angels and he did great things. Unfortunately, towards later in his career, the devil won out. And he did some things that just, there's no excuse for. Let's be honest.
All right, let's be honest. There is no excuse for that kind of behavior. And yes, many of those women that were the victims of Bob Filner are still working in politics around here in San Diego. Again, Bob Filner, 82 years old, passed away in Los Angeles last Sunday, a week ago Sunday, and he does live behind 2 children. We're in Shelter Island. You guys, throw it back to you.
Dan, thank you.